Welcome back, nerds and nerdettes. We're going to get into some Marvel Rivals. I'm going to teach you how to play every character in the game on abilities, tips and tricks, advanced tips and tricks, and some combinations that will get you through the ranked ladder and help your team win. Let's snap into it. In this video today, we're going over the one and only showstopper herself, Luna Snow. Luna is one of the top healers in this game, and we're going to explain how her kit works, how to properly utilize it, some combos, and some advanced tips and tricks that you might not know. Like always, I'll have some gameplay in the background along with some practice footage to help show you what I'm talking about. Let's start with her Light and Dark Ice. This is a burst attack, so it shoots 3 rounds. Each ice shard will either do 20 damage per round or 20 healing per round, depending obviously if you're hitting an enemy or an ally. It's a 0.5 seconds between each burst. Now this can crit, so if you are hitting an enemy in the head, this will actually do more damage. I'll show you this compared to one of her other abilities later, but this is your primary effect in healing. This does have a damage fall off after 20 meters. It goes down by 60% out to 40 meters. So if you are healing at a longer range, they will still receive the heal, but it will be a reduced rate. One thing about this ability does not have piercing, but it does not overheal. So if you have 2 targets in line, like you'll see here with the bots, if the first target is fully healed, any additional rounds of burst will go through that target and heal the target behind it. So you will continue to hit your first target in front of you. Once that target is full health, any additional burst will go through to the next target. So keep that in mind. If a full health target jumps in front of you, you don't necessarily have to reposition if they're full health. You will heal through them to the target you were originally healing. So just take that into account. Some people don't realize that. Her Absolute Zero is her second primary attack. It's a single target projectile, does 50 damage on impact, but this will freeze a target for 2.7 seconds. If it does get hit within that attack time, it will unfreeze the target. I'm going to go over one other ability before we talk about her passive because they both interact with each other. But her Absolute Zero is a great tool for stopping divers jumping on you to get out of a sticky situation. But the best way to use this is to stop a lot of ultimates. You have your Scarlet Witch or Doctor Strange, a lot of these characters that have a prompt time with their ult or something that can be interrupted because some are CC immune. This will freeze them, one, completely canceling their ultimate or stopping them halfway through an ultimate. So Penny will lose 2.7 seconds out of her running around dropping out webs and mines, which was detrimental to her kit because that's half the time she can do her ability. Then you have other characters like Mantis, which we'll talk about, who can put them to sleep. So you have a lot of different ways to CC immune these characters so they can't even maximize their ultimate in any way, shape, or form. So if you are early game and you use it, that's fine. When it comes back up, you might want to hold it, especially if you know there's an ultimate coming, a Magneto or somebody that needs to be stomped in the middle of a target, a Cloak and Dagger that you can freeze during a dive. A lot of these abilities that get countered will stop them in their track and will really turn the tide for your team. So make sure you maximize the opportunities when they come up. Let's talk about her first ability, her Ice Arts. Her Ice Art is a single target projectile, but this does have piercing. It does 50 damage per round. It does 75 healing per round. It lasts for 5 seconds with a 15-second cooldown. Each projectile takes about a second and a half, so it's not something that's going to go up really fast, but it does do mass healing. So if you have them in a funnel, they're going through a doorway, or they're trying to get around a corner, pushing the cart, and everybody's kind of clumped up, this is a great time to use Ice Arts. This ability will heal multiple players, so don't be afraid to spam this in the middle of a group. If 3 or 4 people need a heal, just pop it, heal them instead of just using your basic attack. It's great for damaging if you're hitting people through other targets. So once again, if you're hitting your primary target and you're hitting people through that primary target, you're healing and still doing damage. It's a double impact, so it can be very useful. Once again, funnels, tunnels are great. If Groot ults your team, pop your Ice Arts. You can use that to overheal them because they're going to be grouped up for a few seconds with his ult. And while his ult's ticking, other people are attacking, you're constantly healing. Most of the time, they're not going to be able to out-damage your heals, especially if they're in a group like that for that 6 seconds before they get dispersed. What I mentioned earlier is her primary attack can crit. And you'll see here I can take down a hero much faster than when I use the Ice Arts. So because of the crit ability, you definitely want to use your primary attack over Ice Arts if you're trying to DPS a diver or somebody trying to jump on you. Now, the reason I want to talk about some of her abilities first, one of her passives is Cryo Heart. Cryo Heart, anytime you use her Ice Arts or her Absolute Zero, so her secondary attack or her primary ability, her first primary, it will heal you for 30 health per second for 3 seconds, so up to 90 health. You aren't going to want to use Ice Arts and Absolute Zero just to heal yourself. If you are the only healer, this is a way you will be able to heal yourself. If you got Dove on, you're low health, you need to get your health back. It's a great way just to pop it, heal your team if they need it, free somebody if you have to, but it's the ability to get you healed again. If you have a secondary healer and they're not focusing on you, get your health back. If you're near a health pack, grab the health pack. Try to save your abilities for your team, but sometimes you have to keep yourself alive, especially if you only one and you're getting Dove on. So that ability is how you would heal yourself, just through natural gameplay. One of our other paths of Smooth Skate. Anytime Luna moves forward for 0.5 seconds without being in combat, it increases her movement speed by almost 10 meters a second. The great thing about this ability is it allows you to get into areas that you wouldn't normally get to. For example, you'll see in this video, I can't jump up this wall, but if I skate around for a second and then go forward, I can dive up onto the wall. So this allows you to get to areas that you wouldn't normally get to. You'll be able to get to traversal areas higher than most people can jump. Sometimes it's great just to skate away from a combat. So this is a very useful tool when you die. When you come out of spawn, you can get back to your team faster. So it's just an extra ability that she has to know for, mainly manipulating the map and getting to areas that you wouldn't normally get to. And two, just to make sure when you are not in combat and you are using this, position yourself in a good spot before you kind of just skate around the map for no reason. Now let's talk about Share the Stage, her second ability. What this will do is it'll put a little snowflake above a character. This does allow that character to receive healing boost up to 35%. What else it does is if a character is a dive character, when you have your Black Panthers, your Storms, your Iron Mans that are flying around, you have your Wolverine in the back line, Captain America leaves line of sight. This is something you want to pop on one of those targets. If you are healing any target that's not the target with the flake over it, that target that has the flake over it, so once again, your Black Panther is diving in the back line, he's out of line of sight, you're healing your tank who's taking damage, it will heal Black Panther at the same time for a small percentage. So you want to continue to put this on characters that are always constantly leaving you out of line of sight, that are flying, so you don't have to turn in the air and start spamming shots at Iron Man or Storm or now Human Torch. These characters are going to be flying around the map, doing damage, getting behind walls, getting behind cover. It's going to make it hard for you to hit them and still focus on the people on the ground in front of you. Use that ability. This item does not have a cooldown. It's an instant cast. So if your flyer is fully healed or Black Panther died, you can pop this on your tank, a Groot, Hulk, somebody that might be taking a large amount of damage. Heal them. It will give them that 30% boost. Heal them to full. You can pop this onto another target. Heal that target to full. Pop it on a third target that's running around. Heal somebody else while it's healing them in the background. This is a great way for Luna to keep multiple people healed that a lot of characters can't do who are out of line of sight or are hard to get to. So maximize this for a lot of reasons. People never in your sight, people flying, or people who need a massive boost heal because they're taking crazy damage. Put it on them temporarily, then put it back on somebody else. Because it doesn't have a cooldown, because you can instant cast it, move this around when you get a chance. A lot of people will pop this on a target and never use it again until that target dies, then put it on somebody else. I see a lot of Luna players who don't know how to use this. Huge mistake. Even I made the mistake in the beginning until I realized how fast I could pop this on and heal somebody else. Now her ultimate, Fate of Both Worlds. This recently got changed, but it's the same concept. Basically, you pop your ultimate, you heal for 200 instantly, anybody in the circle, and it does 250 heal over every second. It lasts for 12 seconds, but while Luna's dancing around, she has two abilities. One, the heal. Two, the damage boost. It gives you a 40% damage boost and a maximum shield value of 250. You are going to want to, a lot of people spam between heal and damage. I leave the heal on when everybody's healed. I flip it over to damage and I keep it on damage until people start taking damage. Then I put my heal back on and then I go back. You have to balance it a lot more. It's not just spamming the button and running around. A lot of times, I use mouse keyboard. I put it on my mouse wheel. I used to have it on my E, so I could just pop my E while I was running around, which wasn't a big deal for me. But this ability, if you spam it and people are taking crazy amounts of damage, the healing, if you're going back and forth so quick, doesn't always heal them enough to keep them alive. People can still die in that ult if you're a spammer. Great tool. A lot of times won't happen, but I've killed many people in a Luna ult because Luna is flopping through and you have a Hawkeye, you just two-tap them in the head and they're dead before Lunas can switch back and forth to heal them fast enough. So try to use this tool to maximize damage burst, but also pop back over to get a full heal. Leave it on for a second or two to heal. 400 health, heals quick, and then go right back over to damage. This way, everybody can maximize that damage, which is the most important factor. Keeping them alive will be really easy. So Luna has an amazing kit. Once again, a lot of tips and tricks on how to utilize it properly. Ice Arts does have a 15-second cooldown, so don't try to overutilize this, but that 6 seconds that it's up is great for burst healing. Use it when everybody's grouped up or you need an instant heal on yourself. Share the stage. Make sure you bounce it around between targets. Pop it off one, put it on somebody else who needs it real quick, and then take it back off. Your first attack can't overheal. It's not piercing, but it can go through a target if it is full health. So a lot of these little tips and tricks will help you out. If it did, smash a like, subscribe, turn those notification bells on. I'll have a card link for one of my old videos for one of my other healers. We'll catch you in the next one.